You're all welcome to come in the new downtown Redmond Park, and we're going to celebrate being healthy, happy, and wise. So no more eating pork chops, lamb chops, and other horrible things like that. Only veggies and rice and everything nice. Hare Krishna. So, today we're going to study a verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st Canto, 2nd chapter, 15th verse. And I will chant it. You can also repeat it with me after I chant it once. Yad anudyasina yukta. Yad anudyasina yukta. Karma granti nibandanam. Karma granti nibandanam. Chindanti kovidastasya. Chindanti kovidastasya. Kona kuryat kataratim. Kona kuryat kataratim. So I'll read this first and then we can repeat it after me. With sword in hand, intelligent men cut through the binding knots of reactionary work, karma, by remembering the personality of Godhead. Therefore, who will not pay attention to his message? And please repeat. With sword in hand, intelligent men and women cut through the binding knots of reactionary work, karma, by remembering the personality of Godhead. Therefore, who will not pay attention to his message? Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. The contact of the spiritual spark, meaning the soul, with material elements creates a knot which must be cut if one wants to be liberated from the actions and reactions of fruitive work. Fruitive work means selfish activities, where one wants to enjoy the fruit of the activity without sharing it with anyone else, and of course without offering it first to God or Krishna. The contact of the spiritual spark with material elements creates a knot which must be cut if one wants to be liberated from the actions and reactions of fruitive work. Liberation means freedom from the cycle of reactionary work. This liberation automatically follows for one who constantly remembers the transcendental pastimes of the personality of Godhead. This is because all the activities of the Supreme Lord, His Leela, are transcendental to the modes of the material energy. They are all attractive spiritual activities, and therefore constant association with the spiritual activities of the Supreme Lord gradually spiritualizes the conditioned soul and ultimately severs the knot of material bondage. Liberation from material bondage is therefore a byproduct of devotional service. Attainment of spiritual knowledge is not sufficient to ensure liberation. Such knowledge must be overcoated with devotional service so that ultimately the devotional service alone predominates. Then liberation is made possible. Even the reactionary work of the fruitive workers can lead one to liberation when it is overcoated with devotional service. Karma, or actions, overcoated with devotional service is called karma yoga. Similarly, empirical knowledge, or jnana, overcoated with devotional service is called jnana yoga. But pure bhakti yoga is independent of such karma and jnana, because it alone can not only endow one with liberation from conditional life, but also award one the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Therefore, any sensible man who is above the average man with a poor fund of knowledge must constantly remember the personality of Godhead by hearing about Him, by glorifying Him, by remembering Him, and by worshipping him always, without cessation. That is the perfect way of devotional service. The Goswamis of Vrindavana, who were authorized by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to preach the bhakti cult, rigidly followed this rule and made immense literatures of transcendental science for our benefit. They have chalked out ways for all classes of men in terms of the different castes and orders of life in pursuance of the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam and similar other authoritative scriptures. With sword in hand, intelligent men cut through the binding knots of reactionary work, karma, by remembering the personality of Godhead. Therefore, who will not pay attention to his message? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So there are many significant points made in this rather short commentary by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and we'll discuss some of these points. Everybody wants to be free. Free meaning no longer subject to birth, death, old age, and disease, miseries caused by this body, miseries caused by other bodies, and miseries caused by cataclysmic events. Everyone wants to be free of the degrading effect of time, and everyone wants to be free of different miseries in life and setbacks. So, you cannot be free by any material plan. All material plans will be defeated eventually because we get old, we get sick and die. So, is there a way that we can live this life being free of our previous karma? Karma means actions that have reactions. Just like a person who commits a crime, there's a reaction. There's punishment. There's judgment and then punishment. And a person who doesn't commit any crimes but lives according to the rules of society, they're rewarded with relative freedom. Not complete freedom, but relative freedom. And the more you follow the rules, the more freedom you have. Even a prisoner in a prison, if he or she follows all the rules and builds up the trust of the warden and the jailers, then they're given more freedom than the other prisoners. So I always tell kids, by following the rules, you get more freedom. And by breaking the rules, your freedom is more and more curtailed until you're grounded. Right? Grounded means no more internet. No more cell phone. I mean, that's worse than death. Say. So you don't want to get grounded. Now here, what is our problem? Our problem is that we have an eternal soul, but it's entrapped right now in a temporary body. Is there a difference between the soul and the body? Yes. Actually, our soul also has a spiritual body, but right now it's covered. How did we get into this situation? Because we chose, with our limited free will, to separate ourselves from God. So if you ever read the Genesis of the Bible, the book of Genesis in the Bible, the story of Adam and Eve is very instructive. God gave them complete freedom except with one caveat, one rule. Don't eat the fruit of this one tree. But you can eat the fruit from the millions of other trees, right? But not this one tree, a tree of knowledge and sin. So, they had no problems. However, the devil convinced Eve that God was hiding something from her. That's why he didn't want her to eat that one fruit from that one tree, that he was hiding a greater pleasure that she had not experienced before. And this piqued her curiosity, just like we say in English, curiosity killed the cat. See? So in the same way, Eve became convinced by the devil that God was hiding something from her. And so she ate the forbidden fruit. And immediately she felt shame, she had fear, but misery likes company. So she convinced Adam to also eat the fruit. And immediately he also felt shame. And God came in front of them and said, "Why did you do this? You had everything you needed. I just told you don't eat fruit from this one tree, but there's millions of other trees, and all the fruits are succulent. Why did you do this?" And they didn't have an answer. They didn't have an answer. And therefore they had to leave the Garden of Eden and come into this world. And that's when women have to get pregnant and suffer for 9 or 10 months, and then have a child, and then suffer for years raising the child. And the husband has to work so hard just to maintain the wife and kids, the house, the washing machine, the dryer, the credit cards, the mortgage, the insurances, and so many things, and the high prices at Disneyland and all those things. It's a headache, right? And it's a struggle. So, but there is a saving grace. Saving grace is learn what the rules are and follow them strictly, and you can go back to the original life of eternity, bliss, and knowledge. Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha, with your spiritual body, not a material body. Material body is full of stool, urine, pus, and so many nasty things. But the spiritual body is made of Sat Chit Anandas, different types of energies than stool, urine, and pus and blood. That is, your spiritual body is made with eternity, bliss, and knowledge. Now that seems far-fetched, but it's not. There are many different energies, just like we don't see electromagnetic energy, but yet it exists. And because of that, our cell phones work, and television works, and the radio works, everything works. So in the same way, there are other energies much more subtle than electromagnetic energy, more subtle than gravity, and these energies are called Sat Chit Ananda. And in the spiritual world, people have bodies made of these transcendental energies. They're not subject to the degrading influence of time. They're not subject to the modes of material nature. The modes of material nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, or sattva, rajas, and tamas, force us to do things. Just like when you get angry, you're forced to usually get into an argument, maybe a fight, or whatever. Just like I was asking some high school kids, I said, what's it like in your high school? And they said, oh, it's cool. I said, any downside? They said, well, some kids are taking drugs. Some kids get angry easily, and there's actually a lot of fighting going on in the school, fist fights. Is that what he said? Yeah, it's his son. So, there's no paradise on earth. Why? Because these modes force us, the mode of goodness and passion and ignorance, force us to do things, and it gets us into trouble. Because there's social contact. Therefore, just like the previous vice president, he can't keep his hands to himself. Right? He invades the space of women. So that is a no-no. But it used to be a yes, 20 years or 30 years ago. But now it's a no-no. So we should never in any way violate the dignity of another person. And especially women and children and men also. So here it says, that when our soul comes in contact with material elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego, it creates a hard knot which must be cut if one wants to be liberated from the actions and reactions of fruitive works. So there used to be a hard knot called the Gordian knot. This was in Asia Minor, which is modern Turkey. And when Alexander the Great wanted to conquer the Eastern world, he was told by the oracle. Oracle are people who can foresee the future. The oracle said, "You must go to Asia Minor and cut the Gordian knot." Well, no one was able to do that previously. They didn't say cut the Gordian knot. He said untie the Gordian knot. Now, everyone tried to untie it, but it was impossible to untie. But Alexander went, and he looked at this huge knot made of very thick rope and other materials, and he was very smart. He took out his sword, sharpened it, and cut it. And then he conquered Asia Minor, he conquered Persia, he conquered western parts of India and so forth. He conquered Saudi Arabia, he conquered Egypt and North Africa. But yet, he still failed, and his generals also failed him. But here's the idea. We have to cut that knot by which our soul is tied to this temporary world of illusion. Why do we say this world is a world of illusion? Because everything is temporary. So while we have a body, while we have a car, a house, we can enjoy it for a certain period of time, but after some time, it's not there anymore. That's why it's called illusory. Because when we have these things, we think we'll have them forever. Or at least we hope we'll have them forever. But yet, that never happens. And when you lose these things, you're in a state, you become bewildered. So, therefore, it's illusory. The desire to own things and control things and enjoy things forever is an illusion. Maybe we can enjoy things for a time period, for a short time period, but afterwards it's gone and it bewilders us. And we're just left with nostalgic memories, but not with anything substantial. So it says that this knot must be cut if one wants to be liberated from the actions and reactions of fruitive work. So every one of us is subject to actions and reactions. Just like the law of gravity says, whatever goes up must come down. And whatever action we perform will have a reaction, either good, mixed, or bad. Now, all of us have a mixed bag of good and bad reactions from previous lives. That's why things happen. We don't know exactly what is our karma or what is our fate. There's fate, that is what's going to happen to us due to our previous karma. And there's destiny, what's going to happen to us in the future by the actions we're performing now. So, if we don't know what's going to happen to us, then we're living in a precarious state of mind. We never know. Just like I remember my mother was always worried that something would happen to her 3 sons. She's always worried. Was your mother like that? Yes. Yes? Yes. Anybody else? Yes. Anybody else? Yes. Yeah, mother is always worried because she knows how difficult it is to bring those kids into the world and how difficult it is to raise them. And if something could happen, they could, after all that effort, you lose the child or you lose the boy or the husband or something. It's a terrible thing. So, and that's right. We don't know what's going to happen to us. Anything can happen at any time. Just like I was speaking to someone the other day. He was telling me about a young woman with 2 kids, and she just died of cancer. And her kids and her husband are without a mother or a wife. So these things are happening all the time around us. Now, what is the benefit of spiritual life? What is the benefit of cutting this hard knot of attachment between the soul and the body and material things? Liberation. Liberation from the laws of karma. If we undertake, as it says here, liberation means freedom from the cycle of reactionary work. That is, there's 3 types of karma. There's karma, vikarma, and akarma. Karma means actions according to the scriptures by which one gets positive results. So if you're moral, if you follow the rules, if you say your prayers, if you regularly come to church or the temple, if you do Satyanarayana Puja and all these things, then you get good reactions. What are the good reactions? You might be elevated to the heavenly planets. So there's 3 levels of planets in the universe: heavenly planets, middle planets like the earth, and lower planets, hellish planets. So being elevated to the heavenly planets, you have better enjoyment, better atmosphere, better everything, but you're still in the material world. You're still subject to birth, death, old age, and disease, but the duration of life is much longer and so forth. So the description in the Quran, the description in the Bible, description in the Buddhist scriptures and so forth of some heavenly existence, they're talking about heavenly existence on the higher material planets in the material world. It's not liberation, real liberation, but it's a seeming liberation. However, we should become liberated completely and reattain our spiritual body and go back to the spiritual world where everything is eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. And there are wonderful relationships with God and His eternal servants and devotees in pastimes of love, affection, and so forth. That's what we're yearning for. We're yearning for eternal life without the downside of a temporary material body, and with relationships of genuine love, affection, empathy, compassion, and so forth. That's only possible in the spiritual world. Now, we have to first become free from reactionary work. So there's karma, and then there's akarma, sinful actions, by which one goes lower and lower in the cycle of birth and death, even down to animals and insects and rats and cockroaches, and go down even to the hellish planets and so forth. And then there's akarma. Akarma means action without any reaction, but simply spiritual benefit. That's called the art of work, or in Sanskrit, yoga koshalam. We should learn the art of work by which there's no more good or bad reactions that bind us to the material world. Rather, by the art of work, or akarma, we become liberated now. We don't have to wait till we die and go to some eternal world. We're liberated now because we're no longer making any reactionary results from our actions. Now, what does that mean exactly? It says here, liberation means freedom from the cycle of reactionary work. This liberation automatically follows for one who constantly remembers the transcendental pastimes of the personality of Godhead. This is because all the activities of the Supreme Lord, His Leela, or pastimes, are transcendental to the modes of material nature. So here we have now the let's say the structure. We are bound by the modes of material nature, and those modes force us to do things that get us in the reactionary, let's say, labyrinth of action and reaction in the material world. So, to become free of the modes of material nature, to engage in the art of work by which there's no more reaction, we have to learn the principles of pure devotion to Krishna or God, without any material motive and without any speculation and without any cessation. So we have examples of that. We have the gopis. the most intimate servants of Krishna in Vrindavan, they're always thinking of Krishna, always planning to please Krishna, always pleasing Krishna. And you have, in the West, you have persons like Jesus Christ, who was always thinking of following the order of his Father, even to the point of accepting to be crucified for the sins of others. His mind was always focused on pleasing his Father. The gopis, even more so, 24 hours a day. Even in their sleep, they were dreaming of Krishna, and during their waking time, they were always serving Krishna. And even serving Krishna in separation, because Krishna did leave Vrindavan and went to Mathura and later on to Dwarka, so that love in separation is even stronger than love in proximity. So that's called vipralamba bhava. When two lovers are separated, they can't get their mind off of each other. So, how do we constantly think of Krishna and his pastimes with his eternal devotees? It's not difficult. There are people who think of one thing 24 hours a day. That's why you have 24-hour television. You have 24-hour news. You have 24-hour sports. You have 24-hour weather. You have 24-hour shopping. You have 24-hour movies. You have 24-hour nonsense, right? And you pay for it. And they're 24-hour channels, right? And a businessman, 24 hours a day, even in his sleep, is thinking about how to make more money. And there are also perverts, 24 hours a day, they're thinking of illicit activities, right? So, but yet they're still functioning in society. The businessman is still a father. He still goes on vacations. He still goes to a baseball game for his kids, and he does this and he does that. So it is possible then to think of one thing 24 hours a day and still be functional in society. You see? So therefore it's not a stretch that we could think of Krishna 24 hours a day and still function in society and function better by engaging in the art of work. Now let's talk specifically about the art of work. The art of work is not to change anything you're doing. What are you doing every day? You eat. You sleep. You wake up. You eat. You bathe. You dress. You go to work, right? You interact with people. And so now, how do you eat for Krishna? Well, first you cook for Krishna. Krishna doesn't accept lamb chops, pork chops, pig's ears, and other things like that. It doesn't accept. But he accepts sattvic food in the mode of goodness. That is, vegetables, grains, and lentils, and beans, and nuts, and fruits, and milk, especially milk, but ahimsa milk. You can only get ahimsa milk here, right? So, now, you get these pure substances, and you cook them with love and devotion for Krishna, and you offer to the Lord. The Lord accepts it and offers it back as his prasadam or his mercy. And now you're eating for Krishna, you see. It's not that you go to some greasy spoon, Dirty Eddie's restaurant, and you order some piece of junk and you eat it, like grub. In English, the word for eating in English is grub. It's very gross. And that's not eating for Krishna. Eating for Krishna is very specific. And then you can work for Krishna. You work honestly. You're always very courteous. You're always giving your deliverables on time. And you're never argumentative. You're a team worker. And you're responsible. You're always on time. And when you get your salary, you always put aside donation for Krishna, right? So the work becomes devotion now, because you have a vow that part of my hard work, I'm going to make a donation to Krishna also so that more people can learn about the art of work. Now, you're eating for Krishna, you're working for Krishna. Now you can sleep for Krishna. You go to sleep early and you wake up early so you can chant Hare Krishna without any disturbance in the early morning. It's called Brahma Muhurta, the best time to make spiritual advancement. So you wake up 1.5 hours before the sunrise. That's called Brahma Muhurta. That 1.5 hours is the best time of the day to make spiritual advancement. If you sleep in, right, you stay up late watching all kinds of nonsense things on the television and on the YouTube and chatting with nonsense people on social media, and then you wake up late, you are hurting yourself. Actually hurting yourself. Because waking up early, and there's scientific proof of this, waking up early, going to bed early and waking up early makes you much healthier than going to bed late and waking up late. You should see the sunrise every day. In fact, in India, there's Surya Namaskar. What is Surya Namaskar? It is not only a prayer, but also an exercise that happens with the rising of the sun. And if you do this every day, you'll be very, very healthy. But even better than that, you come to the temple for Mangalarti at 5:30 in the morning. But before you come, you've already chanted all your rounds. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. You're already taken a shower. You already put on clean clothes. You already walked to the temple or drove to the temple. So you see, we are much more healthy due to that type of schedule of early to bed, early to rise makes a person healthy, happy, and wise. Forget wealthy. Healthy, happy, and wise. Your wealth is your good character. It's not money. It's your good character. Your honesty, your compassion, your self-control, your discipline, your empathy, and your ability to focus your mind. So now you're sleeping for Krishna, you're eating for Krishna, you're working for Krishna. Now you can talk for Krishna. Instead of talking about how you're doing, what did the Mets do, and how about who won the cricket game, and what stock did you invest in, and what vacation you're taking, and are you coming to the Bhangra party next week? No, it's all nonsense. Talk about Krishna and his pastimes. Krishna's pastimes are infinite. They're not, even if every newspaper in the world published every day information about Krishna, it would be unending. Say, even the news today, after a little while, you have Trump fatigue. You don't even want to hear the news anymore. It's every day it's Trump this, Trump this, Trump did this, Trump did that, Trump did that, Trump. You know. But Krishna news, every day it's new, it's enlivening, and it's full of transcendental bliss. But you have to try it, right? You don't try it, you won't know. So every morning we have Krishna Katha in the temple at 6:15 every morning after Mangalarti. You should all be here. It's the best way to start the day. So now you're speaking for Krishna. Now you can hear for Krishna. And you can also serve Krishna with your body, you come to the temple, you have darshan, you see Krishna, you offer something to Krishna, you bow down to Krishna. So with your whole body and mind, and then you can memorize verses, choice verses that glorify Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Chintamani Prakara Satma Sukalpa Vriksha Laksha Vrite Susurabira Vipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Satasam Brahma Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. You can come in and say these beautiful prayers glorifying Krishna. Believe me, he will appreciate it very much. if you do that. But you have to know something. See, you can't come in front of Krishna and gossip him. She did this, and he did that, and this person said this. He doesn't like that. See, but you can come and chant these beautiful prayers, and Krishna will appreciate it very much and bless you. Everyone's always asking me, Prabhu, please give me your blessing. Wait a minute. Krishna is the blesser. I'm not the blesser, right? You come to Krishna, and the blessing is that you will remember Krishna 24 hours a day. That's the blessing. That way, your mind is transcendental. And then if your mind is transcendental, eventually your body will become transcendental also, because you're always remembering Krishna. So here it says, this liberation automatically follows for one who constantly remembers the transcendental pastimes of the personality of Godhead. This is because all the activities of the Supreme Lord, his Leela, are transcendental to the modes of material nature. They are all attractive spiritual activities, and therefore constant association with the spiritual activities of the Supreme Lord gradually spiritualizes the conditioned soul and ultimately severs the knot of material bondage. So this is the solution to all problems of life. You have some problems? My question to you, just like if you look in on the YouTube and television, there's always this advertisement for Capital One banking. And at the end they always say, what's in your wallet, right? But now I'm going to ask you, what's in your mind, you see? Because that's what determines what you're going to do and who you are. So if Krishna is in your mind, you'll be a wonderful person. And you'll be liberated in this lifetime. And if you have nonsense in your mind, it's going to keep you forever in the cycle of birth and death. Forever, because your soul is eternal. You can go on eternally being born in this world and going through the same nonsense every time. Birth, old age, disease, and death. So my question to you is, what's in your mind? You say, is it Krishna? It is? When you walk out of here, you're going to carry Krishna with you, or you're going to forget Krishna? You have to remember Krishna, yes. That's the message today. And how do you remember Krishna? You learn something about him. So you should learn these choice prayers. You have so many choice prayers. The Vishnu Sahasranam Stotram, Brahma Samhita, and the Bhagavad Gita itself, the whole 11th chapter, the whole 12th chapter, the whole 7th chapter, all glorification of Krishna. Rasoham apsukonteya prabhasmi sasisuraya pranava sarvavedesu sabdeke purusham vishu. In the 7th chapter, Krishna is teaching you how to see him in everything. So he begins, Rasoham apsukonteya. He says, and I am the taste of water. So when you're thirsty and you quench your thirst with drinking pure water, that's Krishna. You're tasting Krishna, see? And Prabhasmi Sasisuraya, Krishna says, I am the light of the sun and the moon. So every time you see the sun shining and the moon shining, you're seeing the energy of Krishna. Just like every time you open your computer, there's a little label that says Intel inside. What's that mean? Intel inside. Huh? Yes? Yeah, the microchips, the processors are made by, are the intellectual property of Intel. But if you read the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, then anything you look at, you will see Krishna inside. The little label is there, Krishna inside. You see? Then you're never separated from Krishna. You see? The sunshine is the effulgence coming from the body of Krishna. And it's reflected off of the sun and the moon. So when you see the moonshine or the sunshine, you're seeing Krishna's Brahma Jyoti energy. And the taste of water, that's Krishna. It's the minerals in the water, that's Krishna. Krishna says, Bhumir apo nalo vayu kam mano buddhirevacha. He said, my inferior spiritual energy is earth, water, fire, air, and ether. So every time you see earth, or water, or fire, or air, or space, those are Krishna's energies, see? But we are dumbed down because you go to school and they say, oh, there's no God, there's just earth. So when you look at the earth, what do you see? You don't see Krishna. You don't know it comes from Krishna. You've been dumbed down by education. Modern education makes you dumb. It makes you forget God. And because of that, we suffer unnecessarily in this world. But when you become Krishna conscious by reading Bhagavad Gita, and there you'll be able to recognize Krishna and Krishna's energy in everything. See? And even your own soul, my soul, it comes from Krishna. Krishna says that the soul is his part and parcel. Mamayavamsa jiva loka, jiva bhuta sanatanan. He says, Mama eva amsa, the soul is my part and parcel. Mama eva amsa. Amsa means a part. Right? Mama means mine. Eva, certainly. So our soul is coming from Krishna, right? We are a person, Krishna is a person, but our soul is qualitatively one with Krishna because it's Sat Chitananda Vigraha. But now we don't think it's Sat Chitananda Vigraha. We think it's earth, water, it's blood, urine, stool, veins, bones, marrow. You see, we're dumbed down by modern education. We don't know what is our real existence as an eternal spiritual person. We only think, I am this body and I'm destined to die. In fact, I was speaking to one very educated lady the other day at our food truck. Every Saturday night we feed people in the university district. And this lady was very educated. She was 25 years old. She had her master's degree. She was getting her PhD. And I asked her, I said, what do you want in life? And she said, I want to experience as many different things as I can. And my only hope is that when I die, there's nothing after death. This is the result of modern education. You see. In other words, she's saying, look, we're all an accident. Some accident of evolution, and there's no God. Everything is relative. But while we have this body, while we have this youth, while we have this chance to enjoy and exploit nature, we should do it to the fullest. And my only hope, she said, my only hope is that when I die, there's nothing. That means she doesn't want to believe in God. Yeah, do it. Yeah, she doesn't want to believe in God because that means that there could be a reckoning after death. You see, there could be a judgment after death. No, so you see how very snug and hermetically closed her world is. There's no God. There's nothing. We're only this body, and while you're in the body, you should enjoy as much as you can, and pray. Pray. She said hope, but she was actually saying pray. Pray to who? I don't know. That there's nothing after death, because that way you're not responsible for whatever you did. You see? This is modern education. This is what your kids are learning in school. This is the result of this modern education. That's why, although there's so much technological advancement today, there's moral degradation at a fast pace, faster than ever before, going on right in front of our eyes. You simply have to read the newspaper every day or see the news, and you'll see there's moral degradation everywhere where this modern education is taking place. Okay. So this is real education. So that's why I printed this out. Take this home and read it. In fact, if you didn't get a copy, we have more copies to give you. Take this home. It's only one page. This one page is your ticket back to Godhead. Your ticket to the art of work by which you'll be liberated in this lifetime. You don't have to wait for death. And there is something after death. I told that lady, I said, you're living in a bubble. You're living under a rock. You don't know what is reality. So we should not be in the same position as that poor lady, dumbed down by modern education. This is real education, Srimad Bhagavatam. So thank you very much. Are there any questions anyone would like to ask? Okay. So we'll make a few announcements, then we'll have Arti. Arti has already started. Okay, so tonight we have received a donation of $6,000 from Shrikant Paritala, who comes from Andhra Pradesh. You can clap again now. I'm just kidding. And Shrikant is making this donation on the auspicious day of Akshaya Tritiya. And he's donating this, he talked to me, he came to the farm and talked to me. He's donating this money so that we can get, I told him, I want to get now, we have Gir cows and we have Guernsey cows, I want to get a Concrej cow. Do you know what, you ever see a Concrej cow? If I show you the picture, get a picture, everyone, put it on the board. If you see the picture, you'll recognize it right away. The two most, let's say, transcendental cows in India are the Gir cow, which we have now, and our herd is increasing now, and the Concrej cow. They give the best milk, and they have the best temperaments. And so he got inspired, and he said, I'll give you the money. And these cows are very expensive. Also, we want to thank tonight Nanda Kumar on the occasion of Anushka's birthday, Srinivas Gopal Radhika Nam Mataji on the occasion of Anvita's birthday, and upcoming events. We have a lady, a very spiritually advanced lady named Urmila Devidasi, and she's going to give a seminar on chanting and developing Vaishnava qualities, Saturday, May 11th and Sunday, May 12th from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. And we're going to celebrate Narasingha Chaturdasi on Friday, May 17th at 7 p.m. in the temple. And on June 22nd from 12 to 8 p.m. in the new Redmond Downtown Park, we're going to have our Vegetarian Vegan Raw Food Festival. And on July 27th and 28th from 12 to 9 p.m. in Redmond City Hall campus, I think it's the 10th. Yeah, the 10th Ananda Mela Festival. Yeah. So, thank you very much. And now no questions. We will have our Arti. Hare Krishna. Jayo Jaya Gora Chande Arati Ke Soba Jana Vita Tavane Jagamana Loba Jayo Jaya Gora Chande Arati Ke Soba Jana Vita Tavane Jagamana Loba Jana Vita Tavane Jagamana Loba Ibadaki Nitaya Chan Panengadadara Nikate Advaita Shini Vasachatra Dara Jayo Jaya Jora Chande Arati Ke Soba. Play the cartels. Jana Vitatavane Jagamana Loba Kibaboshi Achingora Chan Ratna Singha Sane Arati Korena Brahma Adideva Gane Jayo Jaya Gora Chande Arati Ke Soba. Jana Vitatavane Jagamana Loba Kibanara Hari Adhikari Shamaradulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Gosa Adigaya Jayo Jaya Gora Chande Arati Ke Soba. Jayo Jaya Gora Chande Arati Ke Soba. Jana Vitatavane Jagamana Loba Vitatavane Jagamana Loba Kiba Shankar Baje Kanta Baje Baje Karatala Madhura Midanga Baje Paramarasala Jayo Jaya Goda Chande Arati Ke Soba Jana Vitatavane Jagamana Loba Jana Vitatavane Jagamana Loba Shanka Baje Ganta Baje Madhur 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 baje, Shankha baje, Ganta baje. 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 Madhur 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 baje. Shankha baje, Ganta baje. Madhur 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 baje. Madhur 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 baje. Madhur 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 baje. Madhur 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 baje. Madhur 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 baje. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Bahu Koti Chandra Jini Vadana Ujvala. Kiba Bahu Koti Chandra Jini Vadana Ujvala. Gala jese vana mala, karijala mala. Gala jese vana mala, karijala mala. Shiva Shiva Sukhanarada, Preme Gada Gada. Bhakti Vino dadeke Gorara sampada Yakati vino dadeke Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namini Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Vaskanya Desatarine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Vaskanya Desatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bola Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bola Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bola Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namaste Narashinhaya Pralada Lada Dayini Hiranya Kashipur Bhakshahar Shilatam Kanakalaye Ito Nishinga Parato Nishinga Yato Yamitato Nishinga Pai Nishinga Idaye Nishinga Narashina Majim Saranam Prabhade Chavakara Kamala Pare Lakam Adhuta Shingam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Keshavadita Naraharirupa Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Tavakara Kamala Marenakam Adbhuta Shingam Dalita Danyakashipu Tanubringam Hey Bolo Keshavajita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Keshavajita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Keshavajita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Narasingade 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 Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gora Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Tai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Premanandi Ki Jai, Nishingadev Bhagavan Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parvajika Chastatara Satara Shiman. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Chiko Hoshkish Chaitanya Prabhu Nishananda Sri Vaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Ki Jai Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Samkunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Shri Mayapura Dham Ki Jai Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Tulasi Devi Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Ganga Maya Ki Jai Jamuna Maya Ki Jai Samavela Bhaktavinda Ki Jai Nitai Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the Samudra, all glories to the Samudra, all glories to the Samudra, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So again, we want to thank the sponsors of our feast tonight. They're Nanda Kumar, on the occasion of Anushka's birthday. If Anushka is here, she can come forward. Hi Anushka, how old are you? Anushka is turning 11 today. Haribol. Well, we want to get her a blessing and you have a cake. Okay, so let's get the cake down here as soon as possible. We have a nice cake for you and a garland and a present. Don't leave without getting your present. Get the garland and they should. Also tonight, Srinivas Gopal and Radhika Nam Mataji. Wait, Anushka, wait 1 minute. And Radhika Nam Mataji on the occasion of Anvita's birthday. Anvita. Where is Anvita? Is she here? Okay. Anvita, please come forward on the occasion of your birthday. We have another garland for Anvita. This is, huh? Oh, I didn't know. Okay, put this on the. And also, Shrestha Devi Dasi. It's her birthday also. We didn't know that. Here she is. Happy birthday. Hare Krishna. And we have a garland for you We have a garland for Anvita. We have a present for all three of you. Don't leave without your present. Okay? The garlands are coming. We need 2 more garlands. 2 more garlands. We need 2 more garlands. Okay. We don't have any other garland? Okay, so garlands will be coming after the offering. But we will have the cake. Okay, you give. Go ahead. You'll get your garlands also. Okay, so let's sort of bring the cake down and move this table over a little bit this way. Who? It's also Nitin's birthday. Where's Nitin? Okay, Nitin, come up here. Join the ladies, Nitin. Don't be embarrassed. Okay, so we have Nitin, Anvita, Anushka, and Shrestha. Wow, nice. How old are you, Nitin? How old are you? 16. Whoa, a sweet 16. And Shrestha? 14. Wow, nice. Anvita, how old are you? 14. Okay, so we're gonna light the cake. Light the cake. Light the candle, not the cake. We have to light the candle. We have to get this cake on the road here. You have to light it. Do we have candles, lighter? Okay, good. So we have 4 birthdays. Anushka, Anvita, Nitin, Shrestha. Did I forget anything?
Yeah, 4 people.
Okay. And now the cake is going to be lit, or the candle is going to be lit. Okay, stand back a little bit. Okay, here we go. Now we want to pray. Let's everyone give 3 hearty bowls for Nitin, Shrestha, Anvita, and Anushka. You ready? We're going to give 3 hearty bowls. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Haribol! 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 Okay. So now we got the Haribols out of the way. Next, we're going to chant Hare Krishna for Nitin, Anushka, Anvita, and Shrestha. Are you ready? Who's playing the drum? Who's playing the drum? We need to have a drummer. And we need some kartals also. Who's going to play kartals? Who's going to play the drum? Okay. Okay, you ready? Ready? Get set. Go. Hare Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Hare Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Hey Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Hey Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopala Govinda Ram Shimadhusudan. Hey Gopala Govinda Ram Shimadhusudan. Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan. Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan. Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan. Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan. Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita. Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita. Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita. Hey, Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita. Hari Hadayi Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Hey, Hari Hadayi Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Hey, Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Shri Rupa Sri Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath. Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath. Okay, everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Sanskriti. Chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Haribol, 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 Gaur Haribol. Nitya Gaura Haribol, 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 Gaura Haribol. Nitai Gaura Premanande Ki Jai. Okay, now we wish you all. Okay, don't dunk his face into the cake yet. All right, so we want to wish you all